welcome to Headkrack After Hours. Is a man who's behind a whole lot of hits for a whole lot of artists, and he's getting ready to do it again, man. Make some noise one time for legendary producer Zaytoven.
Yeah.
Yo.
What's up, my guy?
Yo, it's always good to see you in the spot, man. Like, your energy is always consistent anytime I see you in public, man. And, like, you know, a lot of times people think certain people who have reached a certain status have to have a certain air about themselves, but you've always maintained to be a man of the people.
Yes, sir.
Which is uncommon in a lot of, like, you know, circles in Atlanta sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess I get that from, you know, definitely, you know, I'm a church guy, so, you know what I mean, being consistent, being the same type of person all the time, that's just the type of guy I am. And I have my parents, you know, as examples. You know what I mean? So it's like when I look at my folks and how they act and how they treat people all the time, I don't know no other way to be.
Yeah, well, even from the church standpoint, not everybody in the church is always who they appear to be.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Some of these preachers be wild.
You're right. It's just how I am, though, man. You know, I feel like, first of all, I feel like I'm so blessed to be in the position that I'm in that it's like I don't know how to start acting funny or, you know, be some other type of way. So,
I get it.
Yeah.
But yo, your blessed hands have hit many a keyboard,
yeah.
drum machine, and has whipped up a whole bunch of classics, jump-started a whole lot of careers, gave energy to people whose careers may have been on life support if they didn't catch that Zaytoven CPR. And not saying that this is the situation with the new project
but I get what you're saying.
But Zaytoven, Boosie Badass Zay, hitting these streets.
Yes, sir.
So who made the first call? How did it come about?
You know what? Boosie had done a song I did a song with Trouble not too long ago, and Boosie did a feature on it. I remember doing a song with Shaq Glizzy, and Boosie did a feature on it. And it's almost like somebody asked me, like, dang, why you and Boosie ain't never did nothing together? And I thought about it, like, I remember when Boosie started getting hot, when he first started coming up. That's the time when me and Gucci started coming up. So we was looking at everybody like competition back then. You know what I mean? It's almost like, oh, they doing their thing, we doing our thing. We feel like we the hardest, you know, in the world. Me and Gucci feel like ain't nothing, you know, ain't nobody topping us. So, you know, as Boosie became like a huge mega star, you know, for the South, he like one of the kings of the South. So for me to never have worked with him and for me to be Zaytoven, it's like they call, you know, like the godfather of the trap music. It's like for me and him to never have worked together, it was something that needed to be done. So I don't know who made the first call. I just remember getting on the phone and we like, let's do it. I'm going to be in town next week. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And we just jumped right on it.
But to see the mixture of the two different energies, because anybody who knows Zay, he laid back, he relaxed, he chilling.
Yeah.
Boosie, if you follow him on IG,
live
he wild for the night. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, so the vibe in the studio, how does it go? Is it one of those situations where y'all just emailing beats back and forth?
No.
Or y'all went in there and
we
really
cooked up from scratch. Everything we did was from scratch. Nothing was, you know, pre-rehearsed. Nothing was made before we met or none of that. We just did everything from scratch. And if you notice, those are the people that, you know, that I'm attracted to. Those are the people that I really, you know what I mean, that's close to me. Like, you gotta think, Gucci was the same guy. Gucci that's a wild guy. You know what I mean? I always been, you know, with my character, I'm laid back, I'm kind of quiet, I don't say too much, but the guys that I rock with, you know what I mean, they the live wires. So I couldn't wait to get in the studio with Boosie because I knew what type of energy it was gonna be. Yeah. You know what I mean? We just bounce off each other. I know he live and he wild, so as soon as I start cranking the beats up, you know what I mean, he gonna be, you know, he gonna crank up, so.
Now, I know you've told this story again and again, right? But, like, you know, going back to your early days with Gucci, you weren't even initially producing beats for Gucci. He was doing it for his brother or something, right? Well,
no, first he came in with his nephew. His nephew's name was Lil Buddy. You know what I mean? He was like, man, make some beats for my, you know, for my little nephew. So that's how I got started. But Gucci was so dope to me that, you know, it kind of turned into him referencing songs for his cousin. And it's almost like, I mean, for his nephew. Then it's like, bro, you dope. You need to be doing it. And it just go from that to every morning he called me 7 in the morning. Zay, you up? I'm on the way. Let's record some songs. And as you know, that turned into So Icy. Then it turned into mixtapes and albums. And then, you know, Gucci become one of the biggest stars in the world. So
that's crazy. Yeah. Where's Little Buddy at right now?
I wish I knew. Like, I would love to see Little Buddy right now.
Do you think he's like, you know, he kicks himself like, damn, man, I should have been more focused? Or
I really don't remember him. I just remember him being a young guy that Gucci had brought through one day, like 1 or 2 days, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't like a 6-week process.
No. This is like 2 times maybe. Man. He might have came through 2 times. But Gucci has an aura. Like when he come step in the room, he's like a star. It's like he the guy. Whoever you brought in with you, they can't be the guy. You the guy, because it's just your aura. You brighten up the room when you come in. So that's what I took. I started getting attracted to the way Gucci had moved. And I'm like, nah, you need to be the one rapping.
And you had the privilege to be around both Guccis. And not saying it from the standpoint that the new Gucci's a clone or anything. That was a rumor out there. But, he had a reformative thing happen to him, when he got locked up. And he came back just with a laser focus and just a different glow. If he looked like a rock star then, he really looked like a rock star now. And his energy's different, man. Yeah. Like, how do you compare the two entities?
What's so crazy is people don't really know, like, the way Gucci look now, kind of how he act, that's him when I first met him. When I first met Gucci, that's the same, that's the same guy. He was slim a little bit. He wasn't ripped up like he is now, but he was, he was slimmer. The way he acted was just, that same thing. In between then, he turned into big dog Gucci, where you like the boogeyman, But then he came back, like you say, laser sharp, and focused. But that's the Gucci I know. I've been knowing that same Gucci really, the whole time I've known him.
That's what's up. Now, being a producer, I know you probably have just files upon files upon files of songs, many which have been released. Some things that's on the Stiz and Ash that, maybe might get released at some point in time, or some things that just like, whatever reason, the project didn't come together the way it was supposed to. But like, what's like the illest thing you got on your hard drive that nobody heard yet?
Man, well, I don't even have the songs on my hard drive. I might took a snippet on my phone just recording while I was in the studio. It was the session I did with Kanye West not too long ago. Man, it's so hard. So I don't know if it's gonna get released or not. The time I was with Jay-Z, the music and the tracks that he got to rap to, it's like, if I had that stuff on my hard drive, the world would be, I would have been, I'd leak it.
I don't know how this got out. Been hacked.
I don't know how this got out. Nah, for real. Because it's so dope, But, it's timing. So sometimes, they might, you never know. They're like, hey, man, I want to release this song.
And you've got a chance to work with a little bit of everybody. People like Jay-Z, Gucci, Boosie Badass, just T.I., right?
Everybody. Yeah.
Everybody. Whose work ethic blew you away the hardest, as far as like, wow, the way they operate is different?
Future operates different. Like, he's one of those guys that, like, you go in the studio and it's almost mind-blowing. It'll give you chills. It's because, like, man, what in the world? What earth is he on right now? It's like, he got the lights dim, and he might have the microphone sitting right there in front of the mixing board, and he don't gotta he ain't gotta listen to the beat for 20 minutes to see if he like it or this and that. No, he say just put on the beat. He just gonna blow your mind with what he come up with, man. It's just be, his work ethic, and he gonna do that all day, over and over and over again.
So he kind of like line by lines it.
He line by line.
He
builds the song as you go. So when you hear it, you be like, man, oh, they came to this right here. Oh, that's amazing.
Now, you've even got the R&B work in.
Yes, sir.
You did a record with Usher probably about a year ago almost.
Did a whole album, with Usher. Man, Usher did an album together.
Do we get a part 2 of that?
Oh,
or is
man.
there like another R&B artist you might, like do a collab with?
We still, I don't want to get out of the way.
Okay.
It's like, because that's in the works. It's definitely in the works right now. Somebody special. Somebody everybody know. But I was supposed to do that with this artist before I did it with Usher. It just, Usher and him, he called and was like, hey, man. And it's amazing to me that, because I remember when I did Papers with Usher, back in 2010, I wasn't even allowed to keep my tag on the beat. You know what I mean? It was like, Usher, a super big star. I'm a up-and-coming producer. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we want to use the beat, but, we ain't going to keep the tag on there. So to come back and for them to come back and say, let's do a whole project together, and my tag is on every song, you know what I mean? It just, it just shows that the game changes.
How does it feel to get that level up to where your name is just as synonymous as the people that you work with?
It's definitely a blessing. It's mind-blowing, and it keeps me excited. Like, those things are what keeps me getting up every day making beats, 10 beats a day. It's because I don't know what the next play going to be. I don't know what's going to happen next. I didn't know I was going to get a call from Usher. You know what I mean? You couldn't have told me 2 weeks from from that day that, okay, they gonna call you and want to do a whole project. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have never guessed that. So things like that, like when I got with Jay-Z, was like, oh, Jay-Z, won't you come to the house? It's like, I wouldn't have never thought of that. You know what I mean? So that's what keeps me excited, because I don't know what's next. I'm just working and grinding and doing what I got to do, you know what I mean, to stay popping and relevant. And, I think God just keeps sending things my way that's like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, I just did a BET show. You know what I mean? I'm the most reserved person you gonna ever meet.
So when you say you just did a BET show, like you did the production for it?
No. I'm the
music supervisor?
Yeah, well, it's the judge. It was me, Dame Dash, and lady Tina Davis.
Okay,
and we
the
were
judge that Charlamagne's on,
yeah,
right?
Charlamagne on. Yeah, the next big thing. But I'm, with my character and how I am and the way I even came in the game, I wouldn't have never guessed on having my own show on BET where you gonna see me every week on TV. So, you know what I mean? That stuff is just, that's what keeps me excited, because I don't know what's next.
Yeah. Now, my homie Ricky say all the time, sometimes you gotta let the game come to you.
Yeah.
And the game just seems to be
Always.
coming to you over abundance.
Yeah.
To the point where you get the type of call where they be like, yo, Zaytoven, come to the house. This is Jay-Z. Holla. Like, how fast do you pack?
Yeah.
When you get that phone call? Because, cats be having short attention span.
Well, for me, you got to think, my whole career has been based on artists that wasn't, superstars when we was working. Like, my career is built off of Gucci Mane, and OJ the Juice Man, and Migos and Young Dolph. But these are guys that you didn't know them before I was working with them. You know what I mean? So when I get a call from somebody like a Jay-Z or a Usher like that, it feels good. But I feel like it's a certain respect level, because it's like, okay, they know what I do. They know I done came from the bottom, from the mud. So, I'm excited, but there ain't no rush like, ooh, I got to hurry up and run over here and do it. It's like, oh, it's time for this right here. You know what I mean? This how it's supposed to go. So
that's what it is. So let's just say, because, the catalog is huge, right? Let's just say if there was like some World War III level catastrophe going on. This is like in 2033, right?
Yeah.
And the powers that be is like, Zaytoven, you're the only person that can stop this war, but you got to play one song of yours to save humanity. What song does Zaytoven?
One song?
One song. There's one song you can pull out of the stash that's going to
that?
stop everything from happening. What are you pulling out of the stash? What joint? Or maybe it's just a beat. Maybe no one's on it.
That's too hard. We all might die.
Come on, man. The brink of humanity rides in your balance, man.
I can't, man. You know how big my catalog is, so it's like one
If you
song?
making 10 beats a day, so you're treating this like a 9 to 5, right? I just read a story
I treat it
the
like a
other
9
day,
to 5,
like not Jay-Z, but Eminem, like literally goes to the studio every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You work with M, right?
No, I ain't work with him yet.
That needs to happen.
I'm glad you said that. That's a guy we need to work with.
Yeah. Do you have like a short list of,
Never had a list.
Because if the music game's like a bingo card, you're like one letter away from having everything checked off.
Yeah.
Like, you getting like East Coast people, West Coast people, down South, like the whole knit-on.
Yeah, I don't really have a sheet of, I want to work with this person, this and that. It just then came to me. You know what I mean? Nice. I didn't stay relevant for so long by reaching down and grabbing, this little young guy right here, he hard. Bankroll Fresh, the truth. I'm finna grab him up, you know what I mean? And work with these guys, and then they blow up, because I know they stars. They just need, the right pieces around them. And that's what kept me relevant. That's what kept me excited. I was more excited about Juice Man and Gucci Mane's song, Make the Trap Say A, more than I was excited for Papers. Even though I did Papers with Usher, and it was the #1 song, but Make the Trap Say A is like, this is homegrown. This come out my mama's basement. This us, you know what I mean?
And you made a star out of OJ the Juice Man off that one record.
Yeah,
for the rest of his life, that is his It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right.
Yes,
like, he can go anywhere and
do that.
Make the Trap Say A, and the whole club gonna go up every time.
Yeah.
Where's OJ these days?
I still rock with OJ all the time. I was with him. Me and Boosie had a listening party on Sunday. He came out to rock with me.
That's cool.
I make Juice a part of everything I do. Every time I put out music, every time I put out, especially my own albums, I always put OJ on it. You know what I mean? That's my guy.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, Badass Zay aside,
yes,
what's
sir.
next for Zaytoven? What you got cooking?
Album-wise, I got Mama's Basement. I think, my birthday is in January. I think I'm going to put out Mama's Basement with a full documentary. on my birthday, January 12th.
Okay, so
2020.
Capricorn season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you know, it's all about the Zay and Boosie project right now, man. This is for the streets. I feel like the streets deserve to hear, you know, Zaytoven and Boosie together. You know what I mean? A full project. And that's what I be excited about. I be excited about bodies of work. Like when I do Beast Mode with Future, or when I do Let the Trap Say Amen with Lecrae, or when I do A with Usher. You know, this is not just a song, it's a body of work, you know what I mean? That's like, it's a vibe, you know what I mean? Something you can put in, okay, I want to listen to this. This is a vibe. This put me in a vibe right here. So that's what I really feel like, you know, is my strong point. You know what I mean? I've been doing that ever since Gucci Man with Ice Attack and Chicken Talk back when we first started. Or OJ the Juice Man, Juice World. You know what I mean? Back in the day. So that's, you know, I feel like those are my advantages. Those are things that's like, okay, Zaytoven. That's why people come to Zaytoven and get a full project. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to get a sound, I'm going to get a vibe that the streets going to eat up. You know what I mean? So after I do that, then I could do whatever else I want to do. But let me get this Zay project under me right now. Okay. Get these legs up under me, you know what I mean? To get the streets under me. So
now, as a guy myself who's a fan of bodies of work, you know, because growing up listening to hip hop in the 80s and 90s, you can't just listen to one song off of Raekwon's album or one song off of, you know, T.I.'s trap music. You got to digest the whole thing. But the new generation is being used to being spoon-fed singles at a time and not really absorbing full bodies of work. I blame that on MP3s and not having to fast forward the cassette. But it is what it is. How do you manage to, I guess, adjust and adapt to the listening habits of the current generation? Because it's changed. Because we come from that area where, body of work. You got to listen to the whole thing. It's a whole movie, not a scene.
Not a scene,
but
exactly.
People want scenes.
Yeah, they want scenes. Well, I think it goes with, you know, everybody got short attention spans now. So, and a lot of the artists right now, that's, you know, they built for scenes. A lot of them not really just built for a whole body of work. Certain artists that you like this artist, but you don't want to hear, you know, a whole album from this guy. You want to hear a single. You want to hear, oh yeah, play that song in the club, or, you know, play that for the radio. But I don't want to hear no whole album with the person. You know what I mean? And that's cool. So, you know what I mean? I can do that too. I like working with those artists too. And those artists, they good for what they good for. They making music, you know what I mean, for the radio, for the club. But, you know, what I like what we grew up on, what we used to, it's my job to continue to try to push that forward. Try to continue to put good bodies of work together with make people be like, I want to listen to this man whole project. You know what I mean? So
now, ever since this rumor broke earlier this week, I'm asking anybody who may remotely know. They say Andre 3000 is in the studio working. They say he may even have a whole album done. Did you have anything to do with that?
No, I did not, but I sure would love to.
So there's no Dre 3 Stacks Zaytoven record sitting around. You don't got no.
And we talked about it before, but that's one of the guys I love to sit in and do a project with. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like the way he figures out how to rhyme everything on anything just blows my mind. Like he fed a verse to some artists I ain't never heard of, and it's just like, yo, your verse was too good for whatever was going on.
Like, take that off of that.
But I digress, man. Like, yeah, you could have did that verse easily on Big Boy's album. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But man, I can't wait to see what happens next, man. And shout out to your movie game, your independent film grind as well. Birds of a Feather 1 and 2.
Finesse, we working on Finesse Part 2 right now. It's a comedy. So we working, man.
So where's that gonna land? Are you gonna do, you know, 'cause streaming is so big these days.
Yeah.
So you think you're gonna take it more that approach, or are you gonna do like, theatrical run?
I'm not sure yet. I know Netflix. You know, when I did Birds of a Feather, Netflix was a good situation. So I'm gonna make sure, you know, it's on all the right platforms for my demographics.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, not to dig into your business, because everything's changing. Like, you know, like there's certain people I know with shopping shows and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to take it to a streaming place because they pay you a lump sum of money up front and you lose the potential for long-term residuals. That is how that works, right?
That's how it works.
Like they gonna buy you off one time and whatever they do with it, that's it,
that's
right?
It, yeah.
Yeah, that scares me.
That's the game.
Damn, man. Like, just imagine if the people from Law and Order, like, imagine if Law and Order was Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you realize how sick Ice-T would be now? Like,
you're right.
He don't have to show up and do nothing
Nah, you're right.
Now because There is Law and Order playing in every language in every country right now, and people are getting, get money from
residuals.
it.
Yeah. So
Man, but we having to give this art away for free damn near these days.
it's because it's so much content, it's so much to be given away. It's like if you don't do it, somebody else gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I wish there was like a Thanos level snap that could just
snap.
make a bunch of things disappear. Because things have to be appreciated again. I hate the fact that like people aren't buying CDs, whipping it open, seeing who artists think
That's
anymore.
what I came from.
Seeing who,
I was looking at every credit like, ooh, such and such produced this.
I want to know who people rock
did
with
that?
for real. Now you gotta like go to Wikipedia and that could be changed.
Exactly.
I could say I produce niggas in Paris.
That's why I put the Zaytoven tag on everything, because it's like somebody else could take the credit for it.
It's unmistakable.
That's the game.
There it is, man. Well, yo, this brother right here is Zaytoven.
Checking in.
Yo, man, and like, Indies, he giving you a shot too. Like, I mean, you be
You
working
next,
with people we
Headkrack.
don't even know.
Headkrack, you next. Now with the next project we got to do.
You promise, man?
Come on, man. I'm
ready.
ready.
I've been ready. I've been ready.
It's easy now. We'll knock this out in a couple days.
See? He said it on tape.
Zaytoven Headkrack coming to you soon,
It's
baby.
like a live drop. All right, man. So, yo, pick up the album Badass Zay out now.
Yes,
Mama's
sir.
Basement coming sooner than you think.
Yes,
and
sir.
Finesse 2. Look for the theaters, all right?
Salute.
It's after hours. We ghost.